Blooper. So you're talking about Lent, right? Okay. Oh, you don't have to explain your Lent, but for my Lent, dude, have you heard of the Daniel diet? Does that ring a bell? Okay, basically, like, Old Testament Daniel, like, yeah, dude, that dude, prophet. Basically, what he did was he only ate vegetables, nuts, and fruits, and that's what I'm doing for 40 days. So I'm going vegan, gluten-free, and sugar-free right now.
So, like, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, what are you eating? Like, what's, like, a normal day?
Seth, I'm gonna spank you, bro, honestly. Bring that booty over here. We're keeping this in. This is gonna go off the rails right now, dude. But... yeah, dude, and I've been doing it for like about 2 weeks now. Because I started like 2 weeks ago, right? So it's interesting because I don't have like the urge to eat. Like all I've been eating is like literally pumpkin seeds and bananas and guacamole. That's it. That's all I've been eating for like a weekly basis.
Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah, and I feel good because I've lost like 10 pounds, and my goal is to get to 165.
Like by the end of Lent or by the end of the year?
Probably by the end of Lent. Because I'm trying to exercise, but it's so hard at school and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's my thing. I mean,
nice.
Your thing is. You're going to have to get into that. But...
let's talk about it. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Life coach Kochka.
What? Oh, we were on a roll, dude. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Life Coach Kochka. I forget what episode we're on.
I think this is 12.
13. I'm gonna stop doing it because I'm too dumb to remember. Anyways, today we have a really special guest. I've known this person since 6th grade. This person's super awesome, super cool, and just really nice. That's a great way to put it too. Anyways, Jacob Directo.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm really excited to be on this podcast.
Yes, dude. You're a true fan. I like it.
Oh yeah.
But life going good so far?
Yeah, life's good.
That's good.
You just want me to go like through my whole
You wanna dive in? All right. Yeah, synopsis, early life. There
cool.
You go.
All right, so my name is Jacob. I was born and raised in San Diego, California. Elementary school, went to Adobe Bluffs, and then Willow Grove opened up when I was transitioning from 2nd grade to 3rd grade. So I went to Willow Grove from 3rd grade to 5th grade. Yeah. And then after, a bunch of my friends went to Black Mountain Middle School. But for some reason, my mom thought Mesa Verde was better. So I was all right, whatever. Yeah. I'll just go to Mesa Verde. So then I remember in like my 5th grade promotion, I was crying. Because I was like, I'm not going to see any of my friends anymore. I have to make more friends.
Right.
But then in 6th grade, I met these people. And honestly, like 6th grade was great. I know that a lot of people have like not so great middle school memories. But for me, 6th grade was like...
oh, yeah.
It was the thing. Like Mr. Manal's class... like, I was just friends with... I think I was friends with, like, pretty much everyone. Like, yeah. And the whole class was, like, Filipino.
Yeah, so. Literally more than half the class.
Yeah.
And I was there, yeah.
And Mr. Manal was just really great. Like, I've been able to reconnect with him for the past couple years.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I remember me and Carla went to visit his classroom last summer. Okay. And it was a really good time just to see him. He's now in a new classroom. Oh. Yeah, but he's still in the 6th grade village, you know.
That's cool.
So it's really cool.
We've had a lot of cool field trips too, like 6.
Oh my gosh. I remember we took a field trip to the mall just to go to the mall. I don't even know what it was.
Stupid like price stuff.
Price something?
Yeah, we had some pricing thing. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, but that was like an excuse to go to the mall.
No, we just went to the mall the whole day.
Dude, that was cool, yeah.
And then like, what is it? I remember we went to the Tadpoles. Remember La Jolla?
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And then we also we went to Borrego Springs to see like rocks and stuff.
Oh yeah, like those weird sand dune looking things.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a really fun trip.
I remember my mom was a driver, and I have terrible car sickness, right? I was like, super sick to my stomach. And then I remember Nicole Janissary, she gave me like a piece of dried ginger. She's like, eat this. I was like, okay, and then I felt better.
Oh, she was in our class? Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, and then 6th grade, I think, was the best like year in middle school.
I would say
it was
so
just
too. Yeah.
So much. I don't know. For me, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Just because the people and the teacher. But yeah, transition to 7th grade. Miss Nolasco. That was the time. What is it? Well, from what I remember from Miss Nolasco, like her calves were like ripped.
Oh, dude, yeah, she's a swimmer. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a swimmer, and then
sick calves.
What is it? The W's.
Yes.
Nico's talking about that.
Throwback.
Oh my gosh! Like, and the people in that class were just so memey. Like Brian Wang, what the heck? But oh my gosh, yeah, 7th grade was a time. And then transition to 8th grade, I was in Miss Kangus's class, not the yearbook class, the other one, the AM class that everyone forgets about. But the people in there are also really great.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say like, what was it? Things that happened in middle school. I was in band from 6th to 8th grade. I played alto sax 6th and 7th grade, and then 8th grade, I also added bari sax for the jazz ensemble.
Nice.
So like music's been like a huge thing, and I remember like in Mr. Manal's class, I'd be playing like piano and ukulele with him.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of instruments.
Because he had like a bunch of instruments in
Yeah.
like half the classroom. It was amazing.
Right.
But yeah, what was it? Played a lot of band. I remember in 8th grade we were supposed to go to San Francisco for the select
canceled
ensemble thing because they canceled it because of the wildfires.
Fires, yeah. I'm glad we didn't
That
go,
sucked.
honestly, because compared to did you do 7th grade or no?
7th grade what?
Honor band, 7th grade honor band.
I didn't do honor band, and I don't think so.
Okay, so in 7th grade we flew, and that was like really fun, dude. And then I feel like when the 8th graders left, our honor band wasn't as good, so I wasn't upset. Like, I know for you guys, you're like,
I was
damn,
upset.
really? Because I'm like, I don't care. It's a drive.
Because I remember I tried out for select ensemble 6th grade, didn't get in.
Yeah.
And then got in 8th grade. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go to San Francisco with all my band friends, and
Dang.
then canceled. So
Yeah, the real
It's
reason
okay.
I got in because I was trombone. It was only
yeah, you're trombone.
Jakaya,
I remember you were
Michael,
super good.
And then like, who's the girl?
Sophia.
Sophia. Sorry,
Oh.
Sophia, if you watch this. But yeah, so they're like. Mr. P's like, we need more trombones. So I mean, I was pretty good, but I didn't like. Still to this day, I don't know how to count notes or not count notes, count rests.
Oh, count rest. Yeah.
Yeah, I still
like an
don't
off beat
remember.
or like a quarter rest or like a half rest. Or
I don't remember. I just let Sophia do it. I'm like, all right, do I come in now? Yeah, it's pretty bad, but
Nice. No, but yeah, honestly, like I think band was my highlight for middle school.
that's cool.
Yeah, and just like music, and then when I transitioned from 8th grade to high school, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I really want to do band in high school. And he's a retired Navy recruiter. And he was like, no, you're doing JROTC because, you know, you can get a scholarship in college. And I was like, no, I really don't want to do this. I
Oh.
don't see myself like as a military guy.
Yeah.
So, but I did it anyways. And then transition to freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough, honestly. Like, ROTC sucked.
Yeah.
I had the friend group like Seth and like our Pisoy Dos friend group that we'd always sit by and play cards with. But I don't know, I think ROTC was just a really bad experience for me like freshman and sophomore year because
Interesting.
I was really shy.
Okay.
I really didn't want to talk to anyone and I was doing something that I really didn't like.
Right.
But then it wasn't until like junior year, senior year when I actually had a leadership position when I started to get more active and actually like the unit and the
that's
program.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see, like high school, freshman was okay. Sophomore year, what is it? I took calc. I think that was my highlight. Passed the AP exam with a 4. Let's go.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's all that happened sophomore year, junior year. I don't know, like I think my experience in Westview was overall pretty great.
Okay,
The things
cool.
that made it great were my RTC golf and choir. Like I played golf freshman year through senior year.
Yeah.
And I was on varsity and I remember the plan was after high school to get a golf scholarship. And I
Okay.
got offers by a couple
Yeah.
schools. But then I was being real with myself. I'm like, if I want to go to a good college for free, I need to rethink. And then I wasn't getting offers from the colleges that I wanted to go for golf. It was just some like D3 schools.
Yeah.
So that's when I talked to my dad. I was like, maybe I can actually get an ROTC scholarship. We'll see. But I'll dive into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, golf was really great. Made a lot of great friends with golf. Golf was really fun. Like
Yeah.
people made it fun. And then I've been playing golf ever since I was like 7.
Wow. Okay.
Like competitively. And then I played like in tournaments here locally in San Diego. And then I
Nice.
played a couple in LA, and then I played one in North Carolina when I was like 10.
Wow.
So yeah, no, golf's been a really big part of my life, and it's sad that now in college I don't play golf, and
Yeah.
the only opportunity I get is like when I come home.
Right.
So like a couple days ago, I hit some balls at the driving range, and I
Nice.
still got it, but
Yeah.
it kind of makes me sad because I just wish I was doing it every single day, you know.
Right.
And at Marquette, I don't really have anyone to talk anything about golf with. Because everyone's just like, I'm in the Filipino club and RTC, so it's just like, no one plays golf there. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to go on social media, look at golf stuff by myself.
Right. Okay.
But back at Westview, like, I'd be comfortable talking to my golf friends, and it was a lot of fun. What is it? Yeah, I think golf was fun. The things that I remember from golf were, like, we'd always go to Costco after we'd practice.
Yeah.
We'd always get food.
Nice.
I remember we made it to CIF as a team 2 years in a row, and it was really it was no 3 years in a row. But the thing is how it works. It's like day one and day two. If you qualify for day two, then like there's certain amount of teams that qualify for day two.
Okay.
And our score was good enough to get there, and that was the first time in Westview history. So
Nice,
I can
wow.
like yeah I can carry that on. So it's really cool, and I hope the golf team's doing well now. I really hope so.
Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What is it? I remember like I think the best parts were qualifying for CIF because so many stakes were on the line, and then we just beat the other schools and then we got there, and it's something really cool, something that I'm proud of, especially like playing golf for all 4 years. It's still a big part of my life, and I still
Right.
have like all my uniforms and stuff because I don't
Yeah.
want to forget Westview Golf.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then what else? Besides golf, I was also in choir. Choir
Yeah,
was
I really
senior
want to get
year.
into that. What made you like do choir?
Choir because I needed the fine art credit first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 1 semester fine art credit. So I was like, okay, let me join choir. But the
Yeah.
thing is, from junior year to senior year, I wanted to join the advanced choir, but I didn't know that I had to audition the year before. So then I went with my friend Alexis, and we went to Mr. Moyer's office, the choir director.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Mr. Moyer, I signed up for the advanced choir class, but I didn't audition. Can I still do it? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, oh my gosh, cool.
Wow, yeah.
So then was in the choir that I wanted to be, and basically just enjoyed that whole year. Choir was honestly the highlight of my senior year. Like, I only talked to the people for a year, but it was amazing. Like the competitions, the tenor section, shout out to Brandon Fu, Jack Cetrin, Jamar Dudley, and Ross, leader. Our tenor section, loved it. And then the guy section in general, like the bass sections, we were great. And it's nice to like reconnect with the people from choir now. Yeah, choir was just amazing. And I love singing.
Yeah.
You know,
You
Filipino
still got it?
stereotype.
Can you do like the deep? Oh, so for you, were you like the deep guy though?
Deep guy? No, I was the tenor. So the tenor's like the high guy voice, but I was a tenor
Okay.
too. So I can't like the tenor ones were Jack Cetrin and Jamar Dudley, and they had like the higher voices. They can go like use their head voice and stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, every time I try to use my head voice, I sound like I'm dying. Like ah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I was tenor too. So I was with what? I was with Brandon and Ross for most of the times.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like the higher male section groups, but it was fun. Yeah, like choir definitely the highlight of my senior year.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know it was great. And then my sister also did choir back when she was at Westview,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of just got my inspiration for like music and choir and singing and dancing from her.
Nice.
So yeah, choir is great.
Yeah.
And then last thing I did RTC.
Yeah.
And RTC, in my opinion, was the most impactful decision I've done at Westview. Like I said, like freshman year and sophomore year, I kind of hated it because didn't talk to a lot of people. I thought that the seniors, like the upperclassmen in general, I thought they were really cliquey, and I felt really scared to talk to them.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
they were like these because we have this chain of command structure. And I felt like I was really scared to talk to those like high-ranking officers.
Yeah.
But then I had to remember it's JRTC. It's not the regular military. So
Right.
I think I was just taking it too seriously and being too scared. But once I got to junior year though and got my leadership academy cord and actually got to lead people, that's when like the inspiration hit, and that's when like my actual passion for like the military kind of progressed. So junior year I was a platoon leader. So I was like in charge of 15 people or so.
Okay.
And I'd be in charge of like personnel inspection, conducting drill, you know, all those things that like what a leader would do, like leading 15 people, what they would do.
Right.
So like they would lead them in PT Mondays. Tuesdays was like the academic class, which is pretty useless. Wednesdays was like a free period, which is also pretty useless. But Thursdays was personnel inspection. And I remember it was cool because sometimes I had that like intimidating aura. Because I don't like to yell at people. I just like to criticize, like constructive criticism, but it's
Yeah.
harsh.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't really see the need to yell. Like some people want to yell because if you see like in the quad, people are like like yelling at them for no apparent reason. But it's kind of
Yeah.
to simulate like discipline and stuff. For me,
Right.
I'd rather talk to them quietly and be like, "You're kind of messed up. You need to fix this." You know?
Yeah.
Because I think it hurts more. Like if you tell them like quietly rather than like this because they're still like in shock, But if you're talking to them like a normal person, like constructive criticism, then they'll actually remember that and take it to heart. And then next week when we do another personnel inspection, then it'll change.
Okay.
So that was a lot of fun. And then the people in RTC, like, I don't know, I guess the people that I've met in Westview in general through golf, choir, and RTC, they really made it special.
That's cool.
So, like, shout out to everyone in those groups.
Yeah.
And what else? Like, senior year, I was the cadet master chief petty officer. So I was third in command. And then I remember, like, Blake and Brett Draper, Blake Siniscalchi and Brett Draper were ahead of me.
Okay.
But our staff was pretty cool. We were pretty laid back, and it was nice. It was a good transition to college. Because senior year was pretty chill for RTC. It was just like getting ready for college RTC if you decided to do it. And I decided to do it.
Right.
So, yeah, that's pretty much my experience at Westview. I just remember also, like, extracurriculars aside, like, every lunch I'd play with Pasoy Dos with a group of guys. Seth.
Yeah.
at our spot near I think the J and K building. But there was like this circle stone chair thing and like grass, and we just play Pasoy Dos in our little corner.
Nice.
And just talk about life and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss those days. I want to try to visit that place sometime. I haven't gone to Westview in a long time, but I want to visit.
Right.
Just for like shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what about like general eds? Did you enjoy like your classes and teachers?
Yeah, let me see. I think the hardest teacher I had was Miss Oidna. I think I had her for Miss Oidna. I had her for A-Push, and she was ruthless. I remember at the beginning of the year, she gave us all this talk, like, you're not going to get into Stanford, and that's it. Like, exactly. She was hard, but it helped me, like, progress. Like, she was strict, but it was, like, a good strict, you know?
Yeah.
And then I also had, like, the easy teachers, like, what? Oh my gosh. See, I'm already forgetting their names. Who's the Scottish guy? Senior, he talked civics. Coughlin, yeah. Coughlin. Oh my gosh, loved him. Super easy class, but good guy.
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, teachers that stand out, I guess, from all my APs, like Miss Cox for AP Psych, she was great.
Yes, Miss Cox. I love Miss Cox.
She was great.
Yeah.
And then for Calc, Mr. Johnson. I think he retired when we were at Westview. And then he was really cool. He's an old guy, but I think his plans were to hop in his RV and just drive around America with his wife. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because like once you're retired, you can just do whatever you want.
Right.
So Calc was cool. What else? I think like shout out to my choir teacher. His choir was a class.
Right.
And choir was so fun. I mean, RTC teacher also. Like, we had Commander Jordan from my freshman year to junior year. And then he became the senior naval science instructor of Area 11, which is basically all the JRTC programs in California, Arizona, and Nevada.
Oh,
so he was in charge of, like, all those schools, yeah.
I'll call him out.
For real.
I'll call you guys out. Come at me, bro. Sorry, I don't know why I flipped my lips. We're keeping that in. But, yeah. Oh, it's a rumor? Allegedly, guys. Allegedly.
Life coach
Keep that part in.
Kochka.
Okay, anyways. Let's move past that because I don't want to get in trouble. More trouble. But, so overall, Westview, good?
Yeah,
so you're not one of those guys that, like, look back and like, dude, Westview kind of sucked. You overall
I liked it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I feel like I was able to manage my time and do as many things as I could.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I didn't do much, then I wouldn't like my Westview experience. But since I was so involved with choir, golf, and RTC, like I was able to do a lot of things with a lot of people and try to cherish those moments in high school. Right. And like looking back at it as like now a college student, it's good. Like I really miss those memories. Like the times we'd play cards at lunch and like in choir when we'd like split into sectionals and work on tenor stuff. Or, golf when we play for CIF and then RTC when we just like relax. So I don't know.
You're busy all the time, right? Pretty much high school.
For high school, yeah. High school, yeah. But it was a good busy. Like I don't really regret anything in high
did you
school.
join like the Filipino dance club or no?
In Westview?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I thought about it. I don't know, freshman year, I went to their first meeting and then I vibed with them. But then I went back to my mom and dad. I was like, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm in the Bai Nihon Club at Westview. And they're like, no, drop it. I'm like, huh?
No.
Apparently, okay, so my parents were super strict.
Yeah.
And they didn't want me to do the Filipino club because they thought it would interfere with my academics and RTC and golf. So they're like, just drop it. I'm like, okay. So
Oh.
sad, because there's a lot of good people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but missed opportunity, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. But I've made like a lot of other friends.
Oh,
at
that
Westview.
reminds me. You took Filipino high school, right?
I did.
How was
oh
that
my
class?
Oh my gosh, Ginang.
Yeah.
Okay, totally forgot about this. But Ginang Shirata, she was my favorite teacher of all time. She
Yeah.
was my favorite teacher so much that she was my sponsor for confirmation.
Nice. Wow.
For like everyone that's a Catholic out there. So confirmation is like you're confirming your Catholic belief, and usually do
Yeah.
it like sophomore year, junior year.
Okay.
And I was taking Filipino at the time, and then I was thinking of an adult in my life that made a big impact on me, that like shared the same faith, and I was like, Sharada, let's do it.
That's
So
cool.
then, and I asked her one day, I was like, can you be my sponsor? And she's like, yes, I'd love to. And then she was my sponsor.
Now, did you do it all the way through? Because I think like the Filipino 5-6.
I went
Yeah.
to Filipino 5-6, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think they, yeah, it goes to 7-8.
Dang.
But then I think,
What?
yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the 7-8 got canceled or something. Because I know Ginang left Westview. She was working, like, Westview, Mount Carmel, and Miramar or something.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know. It was sad when she left Westview. Because when I visited Westview,
Dude, everyone's leaving Westview. It's
I know, everyone's
sad.
leaving Westview.
Everyone.
But, like,
it's
when I
going
visited
downhill.
Westview my freshman year of college for winter break, I learned that there was a new Filipino teacher, and I got sad. So
Aw.
it's okay.
Dude,
We're
Mr.
friends on
Manalo
Facebook.
should go over there, honestly. Mr. Manalo should just
Mr.
teach that class.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
I don't know if he's super good in Filipino.
Oh.
I think he was born here,
Oh, okay. Never
but
mind.
yeah. Usually when I talk to him, it's not about Filipino stuff. It's like about music or
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That
being
kind of
too
stuff.
general here. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then tell me the transition from high school to college.
So transition to high school to college. So I'm currently a sophomore at Marquette University
Okay.
in the College of Business, studying human resource. And the transition, honestly, not that bad.
Okay. Yeah.
So like you'd think like, oh, SoCal kid going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, like who would do
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And the inspiration for that came actually from my sister. She's graduating this year, Air Force RTC, majoring in nursing. And when I was picking out schools, I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply to a bunch of UCs, CSUs like everyone else here. But then let me apply to some some off the grid schools just for the fun of it. And then I wanted to apply to Marquette because my sister was telling me all these great things about the place. Like, it's definitely like a step out of your comfort zone from here. You know, like the culture is completely different. People are completely different, but they're still like all really nice.
Right.
But it's been pretty good. The reason why I think my transition was so easy was because I knew some people already going to Marquette because
Okay.
through my sister.
Mhm.
So she at the time she was on executive board for the Filipino club called Bayanihan Student Organization BSO at Marquette. And she knew a bunch of people, and then she told them that once I was going to Marquette, she was like, guys, my brother's going to Marquette, like everyone look out for him. So then when I came in, I was like, okay, I at least knew some people or know that some people know me.
Mm-hmm.
And the first couple months, I really didn't talk to much people besides one of my sister's friends. Her name is Melissa.
Okay, yeah.
She graduated last year in nursing. She was really great. She had a meal plan, so we always ate together. But yeah, I think once I was involved in like dances and our fashion show, which happens every November, once I was into those, then I really found my friend group.
Mm-hmm.
So like I found my main friend group, like my roommates for next year, like Anthony Belvis, Russell Sanchez, Sean Ponte. Love those guys. And then Charlene Soltes and Ina Ramos, they're like my best friends at Marquette. And then obviously I met my girlfriend there. Her name's Renee. She's like one of the best things that's ever happened in my life. And it's going to be our 1 year on March 17th.
Dude, shout out to Renee, dude.
Shout out to Renee. I hope you watch this. I told her that I was going to go on a cool podcast today. So I was like, and then I'm going to tell you how it went.
Right.
So she's going to watch this.
That's cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall transition wise was pretty easy. I think the only thing that was hard like was RTC.
Mm.
And this kind of, I feel like I'm in a relapse because freshman year, sophomore year of high school RTC, I was like, I don't like this at all. Like I was scared to talk to the people
Yeah.
because I was really like shy, and you know I just didn't want to do it because I had no passion for it. I wanted to do band, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I got the scholarship for RTC, I was like really pumped. But the thing is, I didn't get the branch that I wanted. So I got the 4-year for Army, but I was actually rejected the Navy RTC scholarship, and that's the one that I wanted.
Yeah.
But then, I was like, okay, let's weigh out my options. Like, do I really want to be in the army or like go to a state school and probably save money so I can not be in the army? But I was like, I'm already here. I got this scholarship. I have this chance to go to Marquette for like basically free. So I was like, let's just go with it and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then like the first couple months of RTC, absolutely rough.
Yeah.
It sucked because I hated, not hate, but like I just really, I don't know. I just really didn't vibe with the people.
Okay.
And then I don't know. I guess I just wasn't really that great of a cadet because of how much I didn't like it. Like if you're passionate about something, then you're gonna do really well.
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree.
But I was not passionate about ROTC at the time, and like sometimes even today, like still now. So I don't know. It was just really hard trying to talk to people and doing something that I wasn't really interested in. Like I'm interested in the military and serving my country, but it's just I think it all comes back to the people. Like the people make it what it is, and freshman year, it just wasn't it. And then I was crying to my mom multiple times, like, Mom, I don't want to do this RTC thing anymore. Like, I'd rather transfer schools so that I don't have to do RTC anymore because I just hate it so much. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my sister, she's in Air Force RTC, and I was like, how do you get through this? Because I hate it right now. Like, it's so bad. And then she just said, stay optimistic and think about the long term. So basically, it's like, the chances of me getting a job after, like the thing how RTC works is that once you graduate and commission as an officer after 4 years and getting your bachelor's degree, you get a job immediately after. And I think that's a good bonus because like that's a hassle. You don't have to worry about looking for a job. You already have a job like right after. So I was thinking about that, thinking about them paying for college, and then thinking about just like serving my country because that's something that I've always wanted to do.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess that was really big. So from that point on, I've been able to do a little better with RTC. I've warmed up to the people. Like I was even scared to talk to people in my own class. Our class isn't even big. There's like 20 of us, 20 cadets in my sophomore class right now. And freshman year, I was like really scared to talk to them. But now I'm able to, be open with them, like send memes to them. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting to the point where I can get more comfortable with RTC. And getting to the point where I'm more passionate about it and getting... I don't know, I guess just more into the Army life. Yeah. So, yeah. But,
interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, so is it a done deal? Could you, in the future, switch over to the Navy? Or is it you
can't... Well, okay, so the thing is, if you're contracted like me, so if you're contracted, you have to serve 4 years active duty in the Army or 8 years reserve in the Army. And you can't switch branches.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after you finish that contract, you can switch. Okay. Because then you're not tied to the U.S. government. You can do whatever you want. You can join the Navy.
Would you do that route, or do you think you'll be done after 4 years?
I think I'll be done.
Yeah.
Because the plan is...
It's going to take a toll, yeah.
I know, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Like,
right, yeah.
If I like the Army for 4 years, then I'm obviously gonna stick with it because of all the benefits. Right. And I think it'd be pretty cool to do that because you get to go up in rank and everything. Yep. But if it's just not for me, then I'll just get a regular job in the civilian world. But have that Army experience on my resume. Yeah. So that's the plus side. It's really fun. Yeah.
Now, so I'm a civilian, right? I don't really know anything. I've been watching. I just watch a lot of military lifestyle videos. Yeah. Do the dudes get so the guys who actually go through boot camp and stuff like Kwame and like those guys?
Kwame, like, Rodney.
Do they get annoyed of you guys because you went to the school and you're higher rank? Is there kind of beef in that? There is. No. Okay, I'm curious about that. So the
enlisted people, from what I know, and I'm pretty sure it's true, enlisted people like hate RTC cadets because we graduated college doing this like military thing in college, and then suddenly we're just in charge of like all these enlisted people and we're better than them. Yeah. But the thing is, like, we have zero experience, but for some reason they have to respect us, which I get. But at the same time, like, we do go to college, we get a degree, and we have all of these skills as an ROTC cadet that basically tailor us to lead them. Because everyone's, like, they may have experience in everything, but everyone's suited for, different positions. For us, we're very management-based. For the enlisted side, like, they're basically, like, the heart of the military. They do everything. Yeah. But we have different skill sets from them that separate us from officers and enlisted. Okay. But, the enlisted people, they're amazing. Like Kwame, Rodney, and Abiel. Or, like, I know I'm missing some other people. But those people that enlisted right after high school, that takes guts. Right, for sure. Because it's hard. And boot camp's hard and everything. But, shout out to them.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious about that. Yeah. Anything else in college? Any highlights or stuff like that?
Let's see. Like... I'd say Marquette in general, it's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Friends are great. RTC is getting there. Like I said before, the struggle for RTC for the first like year and a half, even up until now, it's still a struggle, but we're getting
Yeah.
there. We're tolerating it a little more,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm growing closer to the people, which I really want to try. Because junior year and senior year, that's when RTC like, for Army at least, that's when it really gets going.
Okay.
Like, cause there's a summer junior and senior year where we have this thing called advanced camp, and it's this 37 day camp in Fort Knox, Kentucky,
Okay.
and we basically implement all of our RTC skills we learned from freshman year to junior to that camp,
Mm-hmm.
and we get evaluated there too. And our evaluations there and our overall RTC experience pretty much dictate what kind of job we can get. So it's pretty cool. Like how it works is that you apply for like 5 jobs that you want in the Army,
Okay.
and the 5 bases that you want to do, and depending on how good of a cadet you are, then that'll increase the chances of you getting the jobs that you want.
Interesting. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So at least for me, my job or my goal, so since I'm an HR major, is to become an adjutant general officer, which is an HR officer in the Army.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't be doing any combat stuff because, whenever we do like stuff in the field when it's like really cold outside, I'm not into that. I'd rather do office work, like for real. And then I'd rather, do talent management stuff and talk to people because that's what I want to do.
Right.
Instead of, the stereotypical Army things. Like, I'm very big on breaking Army stereotypes because for me, myself, I don't consider myself like a super hard Army guy.
Is that a bad thing though? Because isn't the whole thing about like following orders and keeping the system as it is kind of thing? But
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, but you want to like just change.
No, it's like I just want.
What do you mean by that?
I just want people to not think that we're all like hard asses and everything.
Okay.
Because it's the military life.
Right.
I know that people around campus they always have, different stereotypes towards RGC cadets, but I want to try to, like, break that. And a lot of cadets in our battalion, they're really nice people too, and I wish that people would respect that a little more.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah.
That's cool. That's a nice way of thinking of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, so this is kind of way in the future, but do you think you might do like an HR job in the civilian world too?
Yeah.
I could see that.
That's the plan.
Dude.
Yep.
My mom does HR, so it's funny. I work for my mom's company.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard Trellisware Technologies?
Mm-mm.
Basically, we make radios for the Army, actually. Like those high-tech radios, and we have a lot of like ex-military guys that come and work there and stuff. Wow. Yeah.
That's cool because we actually use radios in our training. But I don't know if they're the same, but they're these like big ass radios, right? With like this long
Ours
antenna.
is like, I think I've seen it once. It's like handheld now. You
put
it in your
handheld,
pocket.
okay,
yeah, dude.
That's nice.
Shout out to Trellisware. But yeah, so my mom's in HR position. I always make fun of her because it's like you just basically talk to people, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I could do that.
No, exactly.
I know there's more to it.
Yeah,
but
I want to talk to people, and I think. I don't know, I guess I want to make that kind of impact in the military.
Yeah.
And then once I'm out of service, obviously talk to people outside and make that kind of difference in the office setting.
Right.
Like I remember, I also want to touch on this. Going to Marquette, I was actually a pre-med major.
Okay.
I was biomedical sciences pre-med. And then after my freshman year, grades weren't that great. But then I had a meeting with my RTC advisor and my parents. I was like, okay, so... in order to become a doctor in the Army, you needed like a 3.7 GPA coming out of college, which is ridiculous as a pre-med. And you just have to be like the top. And then after freshman year, like basing my performance, I was like, I don't know if that's really doable. Mm-hmm. So it's time for the switch. And then I wanted to do something that I was passionate about. Because I feel like I was low-key kind of baited into being a pre-med. Just because of like, I want to be a doctor. It'd be really cool. And I'm so passionate about that stuff,
right.
But I'm more passionate about HR and College of Business stuff. Like, I love my business classes right now. They're great. Yeah. And, I'm just really happy that I was able to make this switch. And, I've met more people, but, the people that are still on that pre-med grind or the medical school grind, like, salute to them. Like, they're putting in work.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, my friend, Ina, she's pre-med. And she grinds out. She like studies every single day. Her work ethic is insane. Mm-hmm. And people like me, we really don't have that. So, it's time. It was time to make the change.
Right.
And I'm just having a lot more fun with these classes and more passionate about it. I think the hardest thing about college is so far is accounting for sure. I suck at accounting. I like barely passed my accounting class last semester, but now it's going better. I'm getting the hang of it. But after this semester, I'm done with accounting. Nice. I can basically just focus on solely HR classes. So
Dude, good for you, bro. Honestly, I'm glad you're passionate about this. Because like you said, if you're passionate, you can do anything, and so your mindset's on that. So I know we kind of touched on it. So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? You're probably still in the military.
5 years,
stuff
yeah.
like that? Yeah.
Probably, what is it, 2, 3, third year into either active or reserve.
Okay.
And then just doing Army stuff, I guess. I really want to go to the space in Tacoma, Washington, because that's also where Renee's from, and it's beautiful. It's huge. The weather's really nice, and there's like hiking trails and everything. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So the goal is to get stationed there, active duty, AG officer in JBLM, Joint Base Lewis.
Wait, are you allowed to pick that?
Yeah, you can pick.
Oh, whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, so like when you
Okay.
pick your job for the Army, you can also pick your bases, like what you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the one in Tacoma is my number one. There's also one in Hawaii that's pretty sweet, and there's one in Colorado that's also really nice. And then I haven't really looked at the other ones, but there's more options.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, in order for me to get to that point where I become an AG officer in Tacoma, Washington, I really need to like bust my ass in school
For sure,
and RTC. So that's the plan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So since you're a really busy man, like, don't feel pressure if you can't answer this, but like, what are your hobbies and passions? Like, what do you do to kind
Hobbies?
of unwind?
Yeah. Honestly, dance
Okay.
and singing. Like, honestly, the Filipino Club of Marquette is my everything right now.
Mm.
Like, I met so many great people, including my girlfriend. Like, I've just met so many great people there.
Yeah.
And we're all, it's cool because we all get to share the same culture and dance and sing together. It's amazing. Like, without them, I probably would have transferred out of Marquette. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Because I hated RTC so much, but then that group of people made me want to say, like, there's so many possibilities here, and I want to be friends with them for such a long time and connect with more people in the organization, so I really want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, hanging out with them is one of my hobbies, sing with them. I guess just, like, sometimes if I'm lazy, I'm just in my dorm watching YouTube or something. Yeah, like, the weather gets really bad in Milwaukee, so
probably,
a lot of us go indoors.
Yeah.
Like, winters are crazy. I remember last year, get this, my freshman year, we had a polar vortex, and it got down to -50 degrees.
-50.
Yeah. And they canceled school twice, because if you stood outside for 4 minutes, you get frostbite. If you were just, like, sitting outside like this, and you just get frostbite, like, naturally.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then sometimes when we ruck for RTC, so, like, rucking is, like, you have this 40-pound sack on your back, and you're just walking at a 15-minute per mile pace.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do that in, like, 15, 20 degrees, and my cheeks start to get numb, and then I have to do this in order to keep them, like, warm.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
the weather gets really cold, but the beautiful thing is about living in such a cold place like Milwaukee is that we have seasons. Like here in San Diego,
Nothing
it's pretty much like 60. It's raining today.
Right, yeah.
It's raining this whole week, but like it's usually pretty nice here.
Right.
But we actually have seasons, so like when I got there in the fall, it was around like it was super humid because summer, and then in the fall, it was I think the fall is the most beautiful. It's like 40 to 50.
Yeah.
And the leaves are falling.
Classic,
the sky's overcast. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then sweater weather too. And then winter is like ridiculous. Everyone has their parkas. Everyone is like it's crazy just to walk to classes and get through snow.
Right.
And then the spring, which is now because I'm on spring break, it's also pretty because the snow gets to melt and the sun's slowly coming back.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. Okay. What are your like biggest pet peeves right now? Would you say in life? Or what grinds your gears?
What grinds my gears? I guess not having a good work ethic and expecting more. It's like you got to work for something.
Yeah.
Like for me, for RTC, it's like I really have to work in order to get where I want to, even though I don't want to. And a lot of people, like, we get lazy and complacent. Like, we got to work to get what we want, especially in the position that we are in, because it's such a rigorous program that we always have to do our best.
Right.
And it's good. I think it's motivating for me and the rest of the other cadets to work well and work with each other in order to become an officer in the military. So I'd say that's one. I'd say, like, I don't know, I guess a less important one is, like, I don't like people who smell bad. Or people who, like, don't brush their teeth.
Don't look at my shirt then. I sweat like crazy.
No, me too. It's kind of hot in here. It's kind of hot in here. Seth, you sweating?
No, I'm good.
You're wearing a hoodie. Sheesh, I'm just wearing a t-shirt. Anyways, yeah, I guess that. What else? I don't know. I guess if you're, like, very judgmental We talk behind people's backs. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Ooh, yeah.
That sucks. It's like if you make a fake friend, like you
Yeah.
don't want that.
Right.
You want genuine people.
Exactly,
And you know,
yeah.
most of the people that I met, if not all the people I met at Marquette, are pretty genuine. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess those are pet peeves.
All right. Just rapid fire questions here at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? What talent or gift is unique to you, would you say?
Talent.
And don't hold back. I want you to be
I don't know.
honest
I guess
with
like
yourself.
okay. The thing is, when I think of talents or gifts, I just think of stereotypical Filipino things, like lemonade. Right? I know how to do that on the ukulele. I know how to like play ukulele and sing whatever. So I guess you'd count that. I don't know if that's unique though, because like every
You
Filipino
can play
does that.
like 3 instruments, right?
I played
About?
4.
4, yeah.
So I
pretty
played
cool.
I played saxophone, and what's weird is that I miss saxophone so much. Like sometimes I just catch myself like doing scales
That's funny,
and everything. And a couple of days ago, I went on JW Pepper and then I looked up select ensemble songs. Like the one was Among the Clouds. You
Okay.
remember that one?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Okay, and then there's also one called Waves. Both of them are composed by Brian Balmages. And then Waves, I remember Richard Knapp. He had like this cool French horn solo on it. If you remember that.
I don't remember any of the songs, dude. I remember Hot Cross Buns. It's
Hot Cross Buns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take me back. Oh my gosh. But
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, like played saxophone and I played ukulele. I think when Mr. Manal was my teacher in 6th grade, that was like peak ukulele Jacob. And then ever since I've just been on a steady decline.
You were a Chad in 6th grade. Came to ukulele. You were always there in the morning. Were you?
I was there in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Rocking, yeah.
I don't know. I think my parents would always drop me off, and then I just like vibe with Mr. Manalo and just like play stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a good time. What is it? I played piano ever since I was like 7, also, and then piano's really good. The thing is, now as a college student, it's really hard to find that kind of time
Yeah.
to play music. But sometimes in Marquette we have these study rooms, and there's one that I really like to go to, and it has a piano in it. And sometimes if I'm taking a break, I just like play stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely want to continue playing piano because I think it's pretty cool. And then the last one's guitar. Like I think guitar out of all 3 of those instruments is my least one that I'm good at.
Okay.
Like I know chords, but I don't know how to do like cool picking, strumming things. But like if you were to give me chords, then I'd know how to play.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And then dance, right? You do that like with your group? If you're in a group?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Binance Student Organization Marquette, we do dances. So the cool thing is we dance for a good cause.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
every November, like I said before, we have this thing called Fashion Show, and we raise money for an organization in the Philippines. So like this year, it was an organization for students in the Philippines.
Okay.
Just to raise money for them, and we raised right around like $5,700 for them.
Nice.
Because we made a show, and it's basically like a dance/fashion show.
Okay.
And we prep basically the beginning of the academic year up until November. Basically, like everything, all this prep into the show, and it's Marquette's largest student-run fundraiser. Because we make a lot of money for them, and it's so satisfying because we're all doing it for a great cause.
Yeah.
And it's so hype. Like the numbers of the crowds of people that we get are like
cool.
insane.
Yeah.
Like we always sell for tickets.
Yeah.
And then we also dance. Was it this past month in February? We had this competition called Battle of the Bamboo, and it's this competition held at UIC, so
Okay.
University of Illinois Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
Midwest people, please. I still don't know schools there.
Right.
But it's held at UIC, and we prep from like January to February, and the competition's like end of February. And it's basically this like big cultural dance expo.
Yeah.
So we danced we had like this 8-minute dance about this voodoo doll thing. It was like a pretty twisted story, but you know, the twisted stories, the ones that like get people interested, those are the coolest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Did it freshman year and sophomore year, and plan to do it junior, senior year. And then the last thing that we dance for is cultural show. The things that we're doing right now, and it's a culture show. We're not raising any money, but it's basically we get to show off Marquette, like what the Filipino culture is about and what BSO does.
Yeah.
So it's basically like all the dances, but without raising money, and it's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I was a choreographer for the modern segment last year.
Oh,
and that was the
really?
first time. It was crazy because the first time I danced was beginning of freshman year at Marquette. Because I never danced at Westview ever.
Okay, yeah, right.
And I know there were some insane dancers that came out of Westview.
Yeah.
And all of them went to Riverside. They go crazy. I know Jamar goes crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I never started dancing until freshman year at Marquette, and then I just fell in love with it. I loved it. And then I became choreographer the next semester, and then I was able to like make some piece up. I remember I choreographed with Jamar a piece. It's called X by YG.
Okay.
And it was really fun. So yeah, and then I definitely want to try to choreograph junior and senior year too, if I get the chance.
Okay. Any other hobbies, or is that pretty much it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
I don't know. Honestly, just like
I don't know.
hang out with Renee.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a great hobby.
If you count that
dude.
as a hobby.
Wait, Seth. We should remember on Instagram you said like a question thing. Whip those out, dude. Shout out to Justin Garcia.
Just do like a truth or dare thing.
Truth or dare. Oh, no. I mean, eventually when we get bigger, I want to do like fan questions. That'd be so cool. That'd be
questions?
so surreal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like at least like 10, like good crazy amounts.
Marvel or DC? Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cried, like ugly cried for Endgame. I remember this was oh my gosh, this was freshman year, second semester, like during finals week, because when did it air, like May or something? April?
Endgame?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
May or April? I don't know. Yeah, this was like, okay, I finished my philosophy final exam. It was 10, and then this movie theater was showing Endgame at like 12.
Yeah.
So then I got an Uber by myself, went to the theater. There was like 2 other people there, and then I had a hoodie. So then, it was a nice movie theater, so I was able to like recline my chair.
Yeah.
I basically got my hoodie up. I cried twice. I cried at the one was the portal scene. I felt so dumb. It's like when everyone comes back, and then like what is it? Yeah, like everyone comes back from the portals, and I was started ugly crying. That was the worst I've ever cried at a movie. And then the second one was Iron Man's death at the end. So
You cried at the portal scene?
yeah,
I
know what
you mean.
the culmination of
it
everything.
was because it's like the stupid classic like good versus evil. That's probably
Yeah,
what it
pretty
was.
much,
You're like,
yeah.
damn, it's like the biggest.
It's the biggest
weirdest
fight of the
ever.
universe, pretty much. It's like
Yeah.
everyone comes
How
back.
did that not win an Oscar? That was
I don't know,
it
it's
win-
stupid.
Maybe because it's a superhero movie. It's got that
Didn't it-
stigma.
They're nominated for best visual effects.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And then 19 I forgot what it's called. But that one, the other one.
It's because they have agenda, bro. That's why, dude.
But the
honestly.
portal scene, like that was insane VFX.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was insane.
Seth was like orgasmic, dude.
I watched the movie like 4 times. I can't get enough of it. Oh my god.
4 times, nice.
Yeah. All 3 hours of it.
Okay, hold up. Did you see Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of No. Oh yes, yeah, the ending one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the final. What'd you think?
I thought it was okay. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan,
Okay.
but my cousins from Arizona came by and they're big Star Wars fans, and then we all just watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I won't. Get
I heard a
into
lot
it,
of people didn't like it. I don't
but-
know.
Ah, dude, don't get me started.
Okay,
yeah.
I won't get you started.
Well, I know, but it's just like, yeah.
Ah. Oh.
It's hieroglyphics here. Okay, what's one thing you'd want to fix about society? So that's one of our fans,
From our fan
Who's your
responses.
Justin Garcia,
Yeah,
right?
Justin Garcia.
Shout out to Justin Garcia, dude.
Okay, one thing that I'd want to fix about society.
That's a deep question.
That is a deep question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're a life coach anyways, right?
Well, not really. I'm not certified.
Should become certified, dude.
Can you imagine?
I don't know. Wait, no, it's okay. I can answer it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
You want me to answer it, dude?
Sure.
What? More communication, I think, with
Yeah.
people. I think people are becoming more distant, and I
For
think
sure, with like
with
phones and social
exactly.
media.
But also,
that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
But
that's a good
also,
one.
like people's beliefs, they get pretty passionate. I'm going to leave it at that, and I think people need to communicate and
Yeah.
do somewhat of a compromise to kind of
Compromise,
solve things.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I
so.
feel like the world's like super divided right now.
Oh, yeah, to say the
And
least.
I don't know. I guess I just kind of wish everyone would just like come together
Kumbaya.
and then just like kumbaya, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that. I think like social media.
I
plays a
know.
big
Well,
part.
for you, it was you want to change the stereotypes of the
Stereotype, yeah.
military.
Yeah.
I think that's your thing. You want to approach it differently,
Yeah.
and you think it'll be a better way of handling
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it'd be cool because
Yeah.
what is it? I did a speech for my business communication class last Friday
Uh-huh.
about the AG officer, the officer position that I want, and then I opened up the speech with a hook, right? Because you're supposed to do that. I was
Yeah.
like, so what do you think of things when you think of the Army? I was like, do you think of guns, cool movie references, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, bam, HR. You never thought about HR in the Army, right? Well, I'm going to talk about HR in the Army, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's just like the whole stigma that,
right.
we're all like violent and everything, because we're not. We're
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're like the crazies and everything, but in general, I think like the Army and Marquette and just in general, like we're good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's honest. I sometimes feel like it's a me thing, me being too shy or like selfish for me not to talk to people, especially in Army,
Yeah.
because I'm still scared of some people, or
Right,
just I'm
yeah.
so shy. Because
Right.
like in the Filipino organization, I'm pretty open with everyone,
Right.
and I like love those people, but still getting there with the Army, But once
yeah.
I get leadership positions and actually talk to more people, that's when I think that I've reached like maximum comfortability, I guess.
Maximum
and then just like
Yeah.
improve my performance from that point on, because I'm doing something that I'm interested in with people that I like.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
freshman year I was like, I don't like the people. I don't like what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna cry about it.
Yeah, okay.
Listen to Marvin's Room or something.
Right, for sure. Okay,
We
next
have
question.
2 new questions.
Hey.
2 new ones? Is this one from the bot or no? We got a lot of bot spams.
Bot spams, yeah, okay. How many times a week do you work out? So for Army RTC, we work out 3 times a week.
Okay.
If you're not so great at PT, you work out 4 times a week. On Wednesdays, where we have this thing called PRTI, which is PT improvement.
Okay.
But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we work out. And I usually don't work out outside of that. But Monday's like usually cardio. Tuesday, Thursday is strength training. And it's around an hour. It's 6:30 to 7:30. I have to... Excuse me. I usually wake up at around 5:30, 5:45. Like pretty much every single day. But
Yeah.
Fridays are ridiculous. Sometimes we have lead lab. Lead lab is a thing. It's where you apply Army skills in the actual field. And sometimes we have to wake up at like 4:30 because we go to parks outside of Marquette,
Okay.
and then we conduct operations for like an hour and a half. And then people who have 8 a.m.s have to go to their 8 a.m.s.
Yeah.
But I don't have any 8 a.m.s, so I usually just stay a little while. But that's usually like a normal week for RTC. But anyways,
Right.
back to the question. We work out 3 times a week, and it's pretty intense. I'd say the most intense thing that we do are ruck marches. So they're long and pretty strenuous, but they get boring. The thing is, like, it's so long and boring, and we have to wake up at an insane time.
Yeah.
Like, because our culminating event at the end of the year for ruck marches, we do a 10-mile one, and I remember I had to wake up at like 4:15, and then get to the unit I think at around 4:45,
Wow.
and then if we do 15 minute per mile pace, then we'd finish at around like 7:30 or around that time.
Okay.
And then, yeah, call it a day. And then usually, like, your feet get sore. Obviously, like, the backpack gets a toll on you. Or it's not a backpack, it's the rucksack.
Yeah.
The rucksack makes a toll on you, so, like, you're pretty much sore the whole
Yeah.
whole way out.
Right.
But, it's just something that you got to do in the Army. And I thought it was pointless in the beginning. But knowing what, like, infantry officers do. So, basically, infantry officers, they, like, get these rucksacks, and then they go with their platoons and conduct operations in the field. And in the rucksack, a lot of people ask, like, what's in the rucksack? It's, like, all of your equipment for that whole mission.
Right.
From, like, a sleeping bag to, like, extra clothes, socks, hygiene kit, like, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ruck marches are definitely the hardest.
For sure.
So, but, yeah, I work out 3 times a week. And then, I don't know, if you count dance as a workout.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty
So
strenuous.
4 times a week, I guess.
There you
so
go.
we do modern, at least right now for Cultural Show, we do modern every Saturday morning. So cool. Love modern. It's pretty intense because, a lot of like fast movements depending on what kind of piece and what kind of style you're doing.
Right.
And then we do Tinikling on Sunday because I'm also in Tinikling. And Tinikling is not that physically strenuous because it's like that bamboo stick clapping thing and like your feet go in and out.
Okay.
So it's not, I wouldn't consider that a workout. So work out 4 times a week if you include RTC and modern. So,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. What would you have done differently in high school if you could?
DC.
From Daniel Christensen? Whoa, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, would you do anything differently?
I really wanted to be a part of the Filipino club.
Right.
I think,
But looking back kind of thing.
yeah, I'd say,
It's tough,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think, okay, one thing that I would have done differently freshman year and sophomore year, talk to people in RTC more often.
Okay.
Because I was still in a shell. Like, I didn't know my friend group in RTC until
Right.
junior year, senior year.
Yeah.
And it's still now. The thing is, I just get scared about talking to them because they're so... at least at the time and now, like, I think of them as like high-ranking personnel.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I
they
see
tell me
you
what
mean.
to do. And it's kind of hard to break that barrier.
Right.
Because you have a chain of command and you have to respect it. And sometimes
True.
for me, like, as a freshman, currently as an underclassman now, it's still hard to talk to them sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, like, you want to ask them for advice, but you know their status. Like, for college RTC, they're going to be commissioned officers in, like, 2 months. Like,
Okay.
literally 2 months.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So they've earned their right to be up there. You
Right.
know? So sometimes I get scared. So I guess just wish high school, talk to them more often so my underclassmen RTC experience could have been a little better.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I guess, oh, I definitely shouldn't have taken A-Push. That was just a waste of a year. Even though I passed the AP exam, I got a 3. Even though I passed the AP exam, didn't count for any college credit. Same with Honors American Lit, didn't count for any college credit. I kind of just took it. The thing is, I got baited into taking some APs. Like, was it senior year? I took AP Music Theory for a little bit,
Whoa.
but then I dropped. And I
Yeah.
just took an offer roll.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I don't even know why I took it, but, like, I don't know. I guess just, like, do classes that you're passionate for. I don't know. I guess I'm just working on. Maybe the title of this video will be something about passion. That's my word.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I guess we'll
But-
get it. Well, anything else you want to get off your chest while you're here? Cause like, you know, or anything.
I don't know. Oh wait, yeah. No, I think that's it. I don't know. Just like college life.
Yeah.
The big things that have impacted my life so far are like obviously College Army RTC
Mm-hmm.
and like the Filipino club
Right.
and then Renee. So
Nice.
I talk about Renee a lot. So
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
yeah, but that's it.
Dude, as long as you're happy right now and you feel like you're in a good spot.
Yeah,
that's
I
all
think
that
I'm in a good
matters.
spot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really glad I went to Marquette because I could have easily stayed here.
Yeah.
In high school, I listed it down to 3 schools. It was Marquette, CSU Long Beach, and USD.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have gone to any of those schools with Army RTC, but then once I did college campus visits, then I kind of, I don't know, I just fell in love with Marquette. But it was just so different that it was like, why shouldn't I go here? Like,
Right.
step out of my comfort zone and do something like bigger than myself.
Right.
Because I could have, stayed here, stayed with like local friends, but I'm really glad I went to Marquette. I've just met so many great people, and I wouldn't change anything about my decision whatsoever. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, at the end of the podcast, I ask this question to all my guests, which you're familiar with. What word would you describe yourself to be this year?
Probably
word?
passion.
Passion. Okay.
Something
yeah,
about
yeah.
passion, or I think, or also change, because I think change is good. Like, I think like the biggest thing for me was change was obviously like I talked about earlier was going to school in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to talk to underclassman high school Jacob or middle school or elementary school Jacob, and you told him you're going to school in Wisconsin, I'd be like, ha ha ha. Like, no, not
Yeah.
gonna happen. My
Right.
sights were on UCLA. I remember like I'd wear like UCLA gear. I remember my home teacher, Mr. Himes. He was a graduate alumni of UCLA.
Yeah.
And sometimes in homeroom, I'd talk to him about getting there. Like, I was really passionate about that school and just like California schools in general. Like, I would have never thought I would have gone to Marquette, but you know,
Right.
life happens, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I really love it there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So change, would you say?
Change.
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 Step out of your comfort zone, Sometimes, like for Army, like, if you told me I was going to be in the Army, I would have, like, rolled my eyes. Like, in JRTC, we'd have these guest speakers, sometimes recruiters,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, do the Army because, you get all these opportunities. And I was one of those people that would just, like, not pay attention, fall asleep in class. But then look at me now. I actually am in the Army.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't regret it. Even though it's hard sometimes, even though it's scary to talk to some people, like, the opportunities and the kind of life you live, it's, I don't know where I'm going this, but it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You just got to step out of your comfort zone and change.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Life coach Jacob, dude. Yeah, guys, that concludes our episode. Jacob, I really appreciate you coming on
For sure.
during your spring break to just, hang out.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm
Yeah.
glad you decided to do this.
No, I was
I feel
really-
like Seth pre-pressured you. I don't know.
Huh?
I feel like Seth peer pressured you.
No, so I
Okay.
messaged our lunch group chat to
Oh,
see if anyone
okay.
wanted to hang out. And Seth said I'm down, but then he personal messaged me after. He's like, "Hey, do you want to be on Life Coach Kochka?" And I was like, "Oh!" And then I responded. I was like,
Okay.
"Actually, like for real, for real?" And then he said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's do it."
Dude, that's
So,
cool. Okay,
yeah.
cool. All right, I'm glad you. Seth wasn't like pushing against your will or whatever.
Oh no,
Okay, yeah.
I was really excited to be on here.
That's
And I
awesome.
hope this podcast grows. Like I know you're talking about like getting
Yeah,
bigger space.
yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, eventually, I can get bigger platforms and stuff like that.
For sure.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. All right, guys, that concludes our episode. Catch you guys later.